Hello everyone, this is This Week in Smackdown for Friday Night Smackdown for June 3rd, 2011. Just quickly go off and say I believe this was a very good show that they put on tonight. I'll go off and start with just the down points of the show, which was essentially the Divas match and the debut of Jinder Mahal's match. That's at least match-wise where they were the downturns of the night. But the reason why both of these were essentially squash matches. I guess mostly with the Divas match, I guess they're going to do something down the road with Natalya, Caitlyn, and AJ. I'm not too sure whether they're actually going with it, whether it'll be heel turns or them just progressing and getting better. I'm not sure where they're going, but they're going somewhere with that route down the future. The other match with Jinder Mahal, it was his debut match. It was just a quick squash match with Yoshitatsu. Honestly, but outside of his actual match, I think Jinder Mahal might have some kind of future with the company. I mean, you got Kali going with him being heel again, so you got the monster heel going with this heel that will be leading him, or he'll have Kali following him at all times, so that should be a very interesting thing. And also, not to mention, he's not too bad on the mic, so it's not. It was just a squash match, so that's basically all that was. He was pretty interesting though. Outside of that, outside of those two aspects, show was extremely well done and well put together. You had the opening with Christian versus Mark Henry. And oddly enough, it was a good opening match, and that's strange to say with Mark Henry. He usually doesn't put on too good of one-on-one performances in the ring, so that was always good to see for that aspect. After the match, you had Christian trying to lobby his way into the main event and trying to take Sheamus' spot, and then trying to make it a triple threat match. In the end, he gets made the referee for the match. So there's a little bit of build up for the night. You have essentially all three of them. You have Sheamus and Orton in the match, and then you have Christian refereeing. And then throughout the entire night also with the vignettes for Sheamus trying to put him over, Orton backstage pondering what he was going to be doing, and Sheamus approaching Christian during his interview time, trying to essentially butter up to Christian and try to make Christian want to go his way in the match versus calling it down the middle. And I'll get on to the world title match after a little bit later on. You had Cody Rhodes coming out talking about his match with Daniel Bryan from the week before, and then you had also his continued area of the paper bags, because after last week's match, he did beat down Daniel Bryan and then put the paper bag on his head, and then continued, of course, having his assistants passing out to the crowd. Cody, another great promo on that one. He seems to hit the ball on the head on everything that he's doing with his promos and his matches. I'm really liking Cody's character, and I'm liking the direction they're going with him. It looks like he'll be feuding with Daniel Bryan next, so it'll be interesting to see how long they'll keep a feud going between them two. But with the promo and with the whole Ted DiBiase Daniel Bryan match, which was also a well-performed match as well in the ring, with Daniel Bryan winning, of course, in that aspect, because they're going to have him feuding with Cody, so you're going to be seeing him win a little bit more often around there. So, but it looks like those two will feud. It should be an interesting feud. Obviously, Cody will probably be carrying the mic work more than Daniel will, but you'll definitely be seeing a lot from the two of them in the ring. It should be really fun performance matches for when they actually do the matches. Hold on, I'm going to take a quick look at my notes here. I like to have my notes. Oh yeah, just to continue on with that, I was a little weirded out why Sin Cara, because after the Daniel Bryan Ted DiBiase match, you had Cody and Ted start beating down Daniel Bryan, and then Sin Cara made the save. I'm not quite sure why he's making the save in this aspect, but Obviously, you'll have some kind of tag match in the next week. Maybe Sin Cara will be having a quick feud with Ted DiBiase or something like that here in the near future. So maybe that's why they did it. But who knows? Next on the list is the continuing feud with Ezekiel Jackson and Wade Barrett. They had an Intercontinental title match tonight. It ended via countout. Once again, another win for Big Zeke, but they're just trying to prevent ways from having him win matches, but preventing him from winning the title. So I'm not too sure how long they'll be going on with this. I'm honestly getting kind of bored of it. I mean, the match itself was pretty well performed and pretty good, but are they going to do something to just get rid of the core and make it a one-on-one match, or where are they going with this feud? I'm not quite too sure where they're going, but the way they're continually doing it right now, I'm getting a little bit bored with how they're doing it. That you have Barrett versus Zeke, and then the core just interferes when it looks like Zeke's going to win. So hopefully things will be changing, but who knows on that aspect. They'll probably have another pay-per-view match with the next pay-per-view coming up. This basically goes off to the world title match, which was Orton and Sheamus with Christian as the referee. Extremely great match, and it was just a well put together match, ending it essentially with it almost looked like Orton was going to run into Christian. He stopped himself, then Sheamus charged in. Orton moves, knocks down Christian. Sheamus looks like he's going to have the win. Christian goes for the pin and then does the whole feigning of the arm injury, stopping that, allowing Orton to pick up the win. And it looked like all was well and dandy. Orton won. Christian was going to hand him the title, and then wham! Christian decides to hit him with a world title. It looks like they're going to pull the trigger a little early on his heel turn. At least that's what it looked like to me. I mean, the crowd reaction was pretty good. They didn't really give him a heel crowd reaction, but crowd reaction to that was extremely good, to seeing Christian hit Orton with the title belt. So I think this was his official heel turn. I'm not quite sure. I mean, crowd reaction-wise, it didn't seem like a heel turn, but I mean, character-wise, it seemed like a heel turn. It was well done, and like I thought before, Christian looks like he's going to be staying in the world title picture. That should be good. The two of them put on really good matches. It will be interesting to see Christian as a heel versus being it will be now heel face versus the whole face versus face area that it was before. But like I said, I felt like this was an extremely good show this week. Smackdown seems to always deliver on putting up good shows, but then again, it is edited, so it does seem a little bit different, and it can always come out a little bit better than what it was. But I personally thought this was a good show this week. This was This Week in Smackdown, and thank you for watching.